Hello, hello. Thank you so much for making the time for yourself to tune into this class. I am Samantha Faye. I'm so thankful that you are here. We're going to go ahead and just simply start with the prayer and open up space to connect. As we call in divine truth and love into the sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. Amen. That was a prayer that was co-written with myself in my first round of Earth Angels in the Earth Angels program, my first ever mastermind several years ago. So it always brings so much joy to bring that particular prayer into these spaces or in these classes. I'm letting some Palo Santo to clear the line here between my heart and yours. Today's class we're going to be talking about light language. Now, light language is something that is fairly new to me in my world, and yet I feel like I have been shot out of a cannon into learning and honing it in a very short amount of time. And although it is my intention to create effortless and timeless content for these classes so that whenever your intuition is driving you forward, whenever your intuition is pulling you towards a particular class, I want to make sure that, like I said, that content is timeless for you. And still with this particular class, I think it's important to kind of put a time stamp of global events of what it is that's occurring and why I think that this particular topic is so important right now. So right now it's March 31st, 2020. We have a lot of different things moving around the world with the coronavirus and what the effects of that have been in our own personal lives and our whole global network. It's shown that we are more connected than we even thought. This virus is the great equalizer. There is nobody that is exempt except maybe children that are immune, although they can still be carriers. So it's a very powerful time of reflection. Majority of major cities on the planet are in quarantine, and so we're here in this pause. Just this pause experience, this opportunity for us to get clear with life, asking the big existential questions. Now, with that being said, that's why I felt a particular resonance to this topic for this month. Light language, as I mentioned, is something that is new to me, yet I feel like I was shot out of a cannon with it. So my experience with it has been this. I was here in my home in Bali after spending about 2 months in my own quarantine, in my own self-created experience. I went to a very remote and rural village in Bali for about 2 months before leading a retreat here, Rebirth and Emerge. And then about 2 weeks after coming back to a larger city here on Bali, I was working. I heard a message from my guides that said, put your computer away. There's something that's about to come through and we want you to be present for it. So I put in my headphones, listened to some binaural beats, some light language binaural beats. And light language was something that was always just kind of in my periphery, something those people did. Astrologers do their thing, tarot readers do their thing. I kind of touch in with these magical components, but not all of them have resonated. And that's where I was at with the light language. Yet there was a curiosity that started churning inside of me to explore it. So I was sitting there meditating, doing my thing. And then on YouTube, one of the videos that popped up under that was how to activate light language activation. And I'll post that in the description in this class below so that you can tune into it for yourself. The creator of it, her name is Marlene Cronin. She is Irish and has the most beautiful channel. I absolutely adore her, and her videos had done a lot for me in moving through an extraordinary amount of healing in a very short period of time, and also taught me a lot about light language, how to utilize it, and the importance of what it is. So what I'm going to be sharing with you is my own experiences of what it has done for me in my world and my life, why I think the timing of myself being activated. And since I have been activated, there have been 3 other girlfriends that have been in my close network, clients, friends, family, that have been activated since. So with the timing of this and the virus, I think it's very curious to look at and see why that is. And I know it's not just me. I know that it's not just my little network of friends. I know that it's happening on a larger scale of this activation of light language. So let's start by defining what I mean by activation of light language. Activation for me basically means you went from off to on. So when I say I was activated in light language, I literally went from curious as to what it was to full-blown speaking and channeling in a matter of minutes. And the full-blown activation for me meant I was channeling this language for 2 hours nonstop. I could not stop. I literally, I went to go get food. I went out to dinner. And as I was walking back, I was that person, like that crazy person walking down the street talking to themselves because I could not stop. It was just this constant flow of this language flowing through me. Now, the activation, what I believe it to be, is you already have this language inside of you. It is a soul language. Your soul speaks this language. It's already there. So the activation isn't so much of like an indoctrination of it, so much as it is an uncovering of the layers of stuff that are in the way from your conscious mind and your heart being able to connect fully with this language that already resides in you. I had to do no classes, no training, no pronunciation, it wasn't learning a language. It was a complete activation. It was that it was there, it was dormant, and then it was awake in me, which is how I know that it is awake in you because of how it showed up for me. And I am a believer that everybody has psychic abilities. Part of my own personal mission is to normalize the word psychic so that people can stop being afraid of what it is. We are all using our innate psychic abilities all the time. More often than not, it just takes a simple amount of education to teach people what it is that they're already using. So, that being said, I believe the same is true for light language. We all have a soul. We all have a soul language. We all are connected to other places than this one earthly plane. And when we activate them and turn them on, we can connect multidimensionally. So I do believe that this is a multidimensional language. So now here's what I love about it. Light language is a soul-to-soul language. So as I am speaking it from my soul, and I have found that with an intention of connecting with my heart before speaking it, it creates a much more beautiful impact on those that are receiving it than if I am not open in my heart and I am just simply speaking it. So there is an intention of vibrational. It's setting a vibrational intention for myself and to the recipient of how they are able to receive it. Now, with light language, the person who is listening can only receive as much as they are able to receive. Similar in relationships. The person that you are connecting in with and loving can only receive your love in the amount that they are open to receiving it. It doesn't matter how much you are giving. So that's the beautiful thing about light language, is that you're not going to overdose somebody and you're not going to underdose. It's simply their energetic field is going to be what is able to activate and open to it or not. Some might hear it and think that it is just complete blah, 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 blah. And that just simply is what it is. And that's fine. And, I don't want to say but, and it doesn't matter because light language is a form of sound healing. So the vibrational tones in the message are speaking soul to soul anyway. So it doesn't matter if the egoic consciousness actually hears and understands it. What matters is the importance of planting the seed. So that's the beauty of this. Light language bypasses egoic consciousness. There's no form or way of being able to believe or basically sort through, do I believe this? Does this match with what I was told? Is this a fallacy? Like how we have those filters already ingrained in our own programming that either allow us to believe something or disbelieve it based on what we hear. And we see this happening all the time. Pick a subject, it's there, right? Even science is now starting to prove what psychics have been saying for years, which is changing other people's beliefs based on what they're able to see. So since we are such a I will believe it if I see it culture, that's the beauty of light language, is that it bypasses that. It totally bypasses that. So it speaks soul to soul. It activates your heart. It's a healing from the inside out. Yes, so from the inside out, you are being healed. Now, the beautiful thing about that is when we are healing, and we're healing from the inside, and the inside is leading to the outside, and then we have from the outside starting to lean in, then they match, then they meet. And when they meet, there's a beauty in the activation that happens there, because all of a sudden it'll be like a switch gets flipped inside of that person. So with this, light language is a lot about planting seeds. And as these seeds are being planted, you will know that the work is being done. It might not happen immediately, and you will feel something immediately, but it will also create a churning of events in your life that are going to start opening you to your soul path and your soul awareness. When you are activated in light language, which for me is the intention of teaching and sharing this with you, and it might happen for you right away, and it might take a little bit of time. Either way, it's totally okay. So be patient with yourself. Now, the beauty in this, breathe in, breathe out, is that you have your hand on the nozzle. You have your hand on how much you're able to receive and how much you are allowing to come in. And whatever you choose is fine. It's totally fine. So allowing that to be your natured intention is for you. Now, the best way to open yourself to receive as much as you can is to completely surrender. Now, surrender takes a lot of different kind of approaches and facets. We can egoically say, I surrender. And egoically, what that means is that we are choosing to allow what is coming in to come in. Now, if you are surrendering from an egoic place of, well, I'm going to surrender so that I can get, I'm entertaining my dog down here too. If you're choosing to surrender from a place of what am I going to get from this, then the surrender is going to be a little bit different, and the lessons are going to come through a little bit more differently for you. And if you are surrendering from that heart-centered place of I am ready to serve, and I am fully ready to serve and step into my own divine purpose and intention. And when you come from that place, truly come from that place of the soul-centered and heart-centered place of surrendering, it is true, things will fall out of your life that you thought were stable and secure because they're not meant to be there. And it is also true that you will start to fully align with your heart path. This will lead you to a life of fulfillment. It won't separate you from challenge. Challenge will still be there. You will just simply know a different way and a better way to overcome these challenges, because your value and level of fulfillment, that's the key here. Your value and level of fulfillment in your life is going to start to grow exponentially, absolutely exponentially. So surrendering from that heart-centered place, the light language is going to plant those seeds inside of the consciousness of your heart that are already there, but it's going to start to activate and say, okay, ready, ready, ready. So it starts to open and clear your channels of stepping into your divine power. And this is not about, the personal and self-help, reaching your potential. That's not what this is about. This is about choosing consciously to step into the role of your destiny. And when you choose to consciously step into it, you will be able to experience it with more grace than if it was to happen to you unconsciously, because there's just more bumps that way. So When you ease yourself into the flow of this by grounding yourself in, acknowledging the seeds that you are planting, take a couple nice big deep breaths. Center yourself in your choice. And breathe. Beautiful. So, here's how to use light language as well. You can listen to the meditations, and until yours is activated, you will just continue to listen to the meditations that are there for you, and it will help to clear your channels. Now, how to use it. You can use light language for anything. You can use light language to activate your bank account, your inflow of abundance. You can use light language to clear karma. You can use light language to expand your heart frequency of love. You can use light language to heal the past. You can use light language to clear conversations or dense energy between you and another person. You can use light language to forgive. You can use light language for anything. It really is this it is the fastest thing, fastest healing tool that I have ever used. And I've been on this path for about 10 years of learning psychic tools of development, and truly light language is the one that I have found to be the fastest. And this is why I think people are being activated a little bit easier and not having to do the years and years and years and years and years of training, but that you are able to just simply step into it. And as you are able to simply step into it, we know that the quickening has arrived. We're here. Healing is happening faster than it ever has been before. It's a beautiful thing. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. So, the meditation that I've already recorded is going to help you activate the light language within yourself. And it's also specifically centered around grief and dense energies. So the grief and dense energies that we're feeling on the planet right now, they're also opening the doors to greater light than we have ever been able to access on this planet as well. So as that light is being brought to this earth, the light gets brighter and the dark gets darker. It's the dualistic environment and earth that we are living in. And I want to remind you that time does not only exist in this long, drawn-out linear form. Time exists spherically as well. So you can tap into your past self through healing with light language, and you can tap into your future awareness of where this period of time is taking you. And you can not shortcut the lessons. You still will be able to experience the lessons as they work for you. Some of them just won't be as dense as they have been in the past. So, with that, my sweet friend, I hope you enjoyed the meditation. Please download it to your phone, mobile device, and listen to it as many times as you would like. It is there to be a forever resource for you. If you have any questions and insights or experiences, please post them in the comments below. We absolutely want to hear from you, as well as utilize the Facebook group. So if you're not in that yet, I will also post the link to that in the description here for this video. I absolutely adore you. Again, thank you for sharing and spending this time with me today. I hope this information has been helpful to you in some way. And I look forward to hearing your light language, because I know that with receiving this information that you are one step closer than you have been before. And that's all it is. It's a series of steps, a series of meditations, and a series of healing that will bring you into that next step of your awareness. All right, my sweet friend.
I couldn't find meditation in your music.
Siri's here with us too. Love it when that happens. The electronics are getting excited from these messages as well. So with that, my sweet friend, I absolutely love you. Let's close out with a prayer. As we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here is complete. Ciao, ciao.